Hi, Bethany.
Thanks for coming out on this glorious Thursday afternoon. I was asked to speak today about saving our democracy because I got to volunteer at the Freeborn County Fair this year. At our Freeborn County DFL booth, we had a Stick Your Issues board, and people got to write down the things that mattered the most to them. Surprise of surprises, the number one issue was saving our democracy and the corruption in our government. One of my biggest concerns is the weaponization of our immigration system. Trump recently created the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services to expand a program of denaturalization to remove people's legal citizenship. ICE doesn't only remove undocumented immigrants. They target anyone that they call a national security risk. They are racially profiling brown people by skin color and accent and workplace. Even U.S. citizens are being illegally detained without due process guaranteed in the Fifth Amendment and by the Supreme Court. Trump plans to use civil courts or military-based hearings to streamline deportations because they require less proof and you don't have to have a lawyer present. His executive order to end birthright citizenship violates the 14th Amendment. Trump has wanted to remove citizenship from Rosie O'Donnell or Elon Musk or Zoran Mandani or any of his other critics. Only Congress has the power to expatriate natural citizens. We have the freedom of speech to criticize our government without fear of repercussions. The choices that we make dictate the lives we lead. I saw a Renaissance man recently. It's my favorite quote from the movie. All choices have consequences. No one can decide for us, and no one can save us from the consequences of our choices. Shakespeare said, "This above all, to thine own self be true." What we allow is what will continue. Do you choose to support this violent and illegal attack on immigrants? No. I don't. Do you choose to value and respect all people? Yes. We were taught that cheaters never prosper. Games only work when everyone plays by the same rules. The law must apply to everyone equally, or the rule of law means nothing. We the people have certain inalienable rights in the Constitution and in the Bill of Rights. The legislative and judicial branches must check and balance the power of the president when they overreach or violate the law. We all knew the immigration system was broken, but people seem to forget that in 2024, right before the election, the Republicans and Democrats had a bipartisan immigration reform bill ready to go. And Trump demanded that they delay the bill because he wanted to run on an anti-immigration platform. He needed to convince people that without his help, we would be overrun by violent criminals, murderers, and rapists because they're eating the cats and they're eating the dogs. We could have fixed this like adults, but Trump's delays and anti-immigrant rhetoric were designed to justify his ICE violence and concentration camps. As Congress and the Supreme Court abdicate their checks and balances, these policies terrorize people and tear the country apart. They cannot choose to deport more than 45 million immigrants without consequences here. Entire industries will fold. People will starve when there's food rotting in the fields. Schools and hospitals will close and the economy will implode. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. We need representatives to listen to us and fight for us, their constituents and voters. Voters who cannot afford the cost of living and cannot afford to pay for these extra tariffs. Voters who want quality education and access to health care. Voters who want to support scientific research for cancer treatments and climate change. Voters national parks and public land. Voters who don't support the genocide in Gaza. Voters who don't want masked ICE Gestapo kidnapping people and looting businesses. Voters who don't want to strip people of their rights because of their skin color or ability or their gender identity or who they love. Voters don't believe that homelessness and mental health are illegal, and we don't support institutionalizing them for it. We, the voters, don't support concentration camps paid for with our taxpayer money and operated by abusive and neglectful racists. Voters who don't believe that the military should be used against the American people in LA or DC or any other cities that he is trying to invade domestically. Voters don't believe a felon who shouldn't own a gun should control an army and nuclear weapons. Voters who demand the truth about the Epstein files and the billionaire pedophile ring. Voters who want a representative to listen to our concerns and help with our problems. Voters against the deliberate famine against the people in Gaza. Voters who want to support our allies in Ukraine. Voters who have every motivation to vote out our elected representatives who ignore us, like Brad Finstad. Voters who are suffering while our president breaks the emoluments clause and has profited billions of dollars from his Trump coins and all of his other products that he sells from our White House. We can do better, and we deserve better. Many of you want to help, and we are not helpless. We can all do something. We can speak up or record on our phones when we see injustices. We can support our neighbors. We can get involved. Volunteer and donate to nonprofits that have suffered from funding cuts. Practice economic boycotts against the companies that financially support these horrible policies. Help educate people around you about what is happening. Even write a letter to the editor. I will end with a quote from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I say to you today, my friends, that in spite of the difficulties and frustrations of the moment, I still have a dream.